Now, last Sunday, the fellow was fairly well known to us. He'd run about 5 marathons with us. We have his picture down here today, and now I've impeded the name out of my my mental inventory. And he came down to the park. He had been cleared, and a lot of us recognize him. He's run about 3 or 4 marathons with us. And they just going around the park, and they got to the tennis courts, so they hadn't really gone very far, and he just fell over, and then he brought up a lot of blood. So whether this was a heart attack or a ruptured aneurysm or something else, we don't know yet. When we find out, we'll certainly bring you up to date. But the one thing that was important to me, we have trouble identifying people when something like this happens, particularly if it's out on the road. And we try to keep our books accurate, but if we don't get the data, we can't put it in. So I'm recommending to all of you, if you haven't done it now, you go home and write down who you'd like to have be contacted in case you have a problem. And put that where it can be easily found. Put it on a business card, put it in your purse or your wallet if you have it. If you want to wear an ID tag, that's fine, but just somewhere where people are looking. I mean, a lot of people put them in the bottom of their shoe, but the people don't usually look at the shoes. One thing they always look at is a cell phone. And matter of fact, my cell phone says ICE, in case of emergency, and it lists everything. And I can list my medications, I can list my doctor, who I'd recommend that you do, because your doctor, if we can't identify you or we don't know who your spouse is, if we can find the doctor, he generally knows the rest of your family or can get it from the chart. So those would be whoever it is that you'd like contacted in an emergency, or if we have a question, or your physician. But that should really be carried with you all the time, and not just here, but anywhere you go. And so please do that. There's going to be a ceremony for Mr. Kim later this week. Val has all the information. Those of you who knew him or ran with him or with him last week, the wife certainly would like to have you attend if you feel that you can, and I think it would be a proper thing to do. And even though we're not, we don't all know each other that well, we really are sort of a family. And I personally, by the time the year is over, I feel like I'm watching a class graduate as you get ready to do your first marathon, and then we start all over again. And also you should remember, if you run with this one marathon, you're an expert. You can train other people, and don't be afraid to.